everyone, first off I'm going to talk about meeting 5SOS because that was the first thing I did on July 31st, which was my 5SOS concert date. And the day before I actually found out that I was going to meet 5SOS that day, and it didn't have me a lot of time to prepare for meeting them, but I got to the cities around noon, which is when we were supposed to check in to get our little wristband to meet 5SOS, and I was the 77th person in line, and there was about 10 more people after me that were in line to meet 5SOS and go see their private gig. Two people came down and they started letting people up around 1 p.m. to go into the KDWB Sky Room. They also have videos of the performance slash a little game they did, which I'm in both videos, so I will link them below so you can watch them. And we go up and all the chairs are taken except one chair, so I quick sit in that chair before anyone else can take it. And to my friend, I got to bring my best friend for 5 years, and she knows I'm like the biggest 5SOS fan ever. Since like 2 years ago we went to Chicago and seen them at their sold out gig on their Star Stripes Maple Syrup tour. She squatted next to me and they're like, I'm sorry you can't do that. So she had to go to the back, which she said I should stay there because I was in the 5th row and I was really close, and like she's not as big of a 5SOS fan as me, so I was like, okay. Came out, and with that room being so small, everyone was so close to them, and it was like so intimate and really awesome. They played She Looks So Perfect acoustically, which was really cool to hear. And then they did some Q&A questions, and the questions weren't as good as I wanted them to. I was raising my hand the whole time and the guy just stared at me and kept on walking away to other people. Michael talked about how he would be Ariana Grande if he was an animal, and they talked about Happy Birthday and talked about Ariel a lot and how like they would eat Ariel. Then they played Amnesia acoustically, and Callum started cracking up a whole bunch when he was trying to sing his solo, which was really funny. And then they performed She's Kinda Hot acoustically, which was so amazing because that song right now is my jam and it's really awesome. I mean, she's kinda hot though. Down, and they went out into the hallway. Then they were like, alright, you guys gotta get in a group of 4. So me and my best friend paired up with these 2 other girls, and basically in 30 seconds, it was so quick. We were in the back of the line. In 30 seconds, we were in the front of the line up next to meet 5SOS. It was really rushed, and I kind of didn't like that part because they were like, you can't talk to them, just quick go in your spot and get your picture and then let the next people go on, and you can't give hugs to anyone. So I was like, oh, okay. And the other girl in my group wanted to stand by Michael. I let her stand by Michael. And I ended up standing by Ashton and Luke, which I will show a picture of. When I went up to Ashton, I was like, hi, how are you? And I quick sneaked in a hug because I had to get a hug from Ashton. I was like, no matter what, I don't care if I get yelled at, I'm going to get a hug. And I gave him a hug and I was like, hi, how are you? And he's like, hello, I'm good, how are you? And I was like, I'm good. And I went into my spot and put my arm around him, and his shirt was so soft, and I was like, goodness kid, your shirt's really soft. But I didn't say that because I wanted to be like kind of cool and collected, I guess. And then Luke was on my left and he was wearing my favorite outfit ever, and I put my arm around him and I was like, he wasn't like looking at me or anything, he was just staring straight ahead, and I was like, hi, how are you? And he's like, he looks down and he's like, I'm good, how are you? And I'm like, good. And then like the picture went off and I was like, oh, okay. That was really quick. And then the other people were already coming on stage, so I was walking away and I was like turning back to Luke and I hope you have a good day, and I waved to him and he seemed really pleased that I actually cared on how he felt and that I wished him a good day, and he smiled and he kind of waved back and he's like, you too. It was really rushed because they had to get to Soundcheck at the arena, and I did too because I had Soundchecked. What? I left, it was around 2:30, and I got in the car and drove to the arena, and I went into the XL Energy Center, which they were performing at that night, and I picked up my Soundcheck badge. I got my purple wristband, that means I'm in Michael's pit, and I went in line and I noticed 2 girls in the front that I met up at Ocha which was about a week beforehand, and I got to stand by them since I was by myself. So when Soundcheck came, I was in the front row standing in front of Callum's pole, and I was in front row for Soundcheck in front of Callum's pole. So I got to experience Callum's side basically. And then they performed A Long Way Home, and they played She's Kinda Hot again, which I got to experience for the second time, but with like really loud instruments, and it was so cool. Questions and answer them, but I didn't get to ask a question again, but I'm totally fine with that. And we got put out after Soundcheck, and we waited in line for general admission, and people were really upset because they did the number system, and people without numbers who came late were in the front of the line to go into the general admission pit. And I could totally see where they were coming from, because people who were waiting at like 6 a.m. were last when people who just came were in the front. So they went to go get security people, and they ended up doing the number system. When I got into the pit, Michael's pit, I was barrier right in the corner, and honestly, wow, oh wow, I was best view ever. I could see Michael all the time, honestly. Like, I was right in front of his pole, which was really cool. And then Luke, I could see perfect. Callum, I could see perfect. Ashton, I could see perfect. It was really awesome. And Hey Violet, I was actually really pleased on their performance. I went in without listening to any of their songs, and I was like, I don't really know who they are, even though they're signed to the Higher Hey Records, but I just never really listened to them or got into them. But I was really pleased with Hey Violet. I had so much fun. I was with these two girls I met during Soundcheck, and they were so nice, and I will show a picture of us. I was rocking out and having a really fun time, and it was so amazing to be that close to the catwalk and stage. And I will show a bunch of pictures I took at the concert right now. Did their final bow, and Ashton threw his drumstick into the crowd, and I caught it, but 6 other girls decided they caught it and started pulling at it, and I had slivers from his drumstick in my hand after the show. Honestly, I was very thankful for the day, and it was so much fun. I hung out with 5 Sauce the whole day. I can't believe I'm even making this video right now, like talking about Soundcheck and meeting 5 Sauce and being in Michael's pit. So surreal. Wow, oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys another time. Bye!